Hello again. Off in the Polly Steps direction today. Nothing overly exciting, but we'll see what we can see on the way over and have a look down along the back beach as well. All that remains of the whistle stop now really is the notice there and the sign above the door. Everything else is down. All other advertising's gone. And that community notice board that was installed just before Christmas has never had anything else put in it apart from those two. Got a nice bit of swan food in my pocket as well. The last time I saw a swan I thought it was swan solo, but I was coming back from Shoal and didn't have anything on me. Felt so guilty. Firefighters car wash. Lovely. That's one way to earn some money, and it's going to go to the firefighters charity. Lovely. Still standing. Going to talk about St James briefly. Quite interesting thing I found out. Something from back in the day which was probably quite normal, but these days you wouldn't think of it. And it's this, you know, the Tux postcards, and you get the Tux postcard of the view from the along the beach, or a view at the bowling green, etc, etc. How about a view of a church? Come to Teignmouth. Here's a postcard with a church. There we are, that's St James's. We're walking by at the moment. That's quite crazy. Oh, not really crazy I suppose, but it's just, like I say, something that you wouldn't necessarily come across these days. Postcards of a church. Lovely. The day's gone by. Here's what's on at the library. Join the Way to Wellbeing, book a chat, children's events, knit and natter, printing, make craft cards, a jumble sale, and they're also charities. You can scan that QR code if you want to, and see what they've got to say. Hello, Pidgey. Morning. Through the underpass, past the artwork, all done by the local schools. There's the daffodils in the boats that have been planted out. They come out nice, don't they? Lovely. Train. Well, docks are closed today. It's unusual for a Saturday. Here we are, Polly Steps. Wonder if we'll see any river chickens. There they are. They've seen me and they're headed towards me. Blimey. Got the ducks again. Would you like some more? You haven't had any, have you? Well, they certainly like that. And the ducks are making the most of it as well, aren't they? Lovely. And there we go. That's an entire big bag of swan food gone. Shared with the ducks, of course. But they seem to enjoy that. Lovely. Quick pan around before we go on our way. Be over to Shoal again next week, hopefully. Got a few more pics to do, believe it or not. Even though they're 18 odd the other day, still got loads more. There's our bridge, our escape route from Teignmouth. But then we don't need an escape route, do we? No. Right, Polly Steps, done and dusted. Lovely. And that was our blue and green. I was just saying yesterday, I think it was, we haven't seen that for a long time. Now we have. Little weighbridge part that I don't normally get to film. Little peep into the bit we can't normally film into. Not much to see, of course. Here we are at the Fish Quay. Alan's boat, present and correct, there he is. All good there, mate. And I want to show you another picture from Anne's B&B or Airbnb, whatever it's called. Now this one would have been taken from further up in that direction before all this was built. Well, I say photo, it's a painting really. Looking back at the Fish Quay there. See where the nest is in the background behind it. I can't go down as far as I'd like to because the water's here. But yeah, that's where it would be. Here we go. Lovely. How nice to stay in Teignmouth and have pictures like that on your wall. Lovely. I think I'll just carry on up along the Backbeach now, checking on LJ's, or LJ's as was, I should say. And just over there is the back of the Jolly Sailor, which is the pub that Norman did the scene in front of, where all the people ran out. And oldest pub in Teignmouth. And that's the back of it. Little seating area for when it's nice in the summer. Lovely. No sign just yet of this hatch that's going to appear for LJ's, but that's supposed to open a week today, next Saturday. Very lovely view though, wasn't it? Lovely view for him. And possibly, I dare to say it, may actually be a slightly better, more sheltered location for them to operate from, with that bit of beach almost exclusively to them. It's our pilot boat, Storm Siren 2. Yes, it is indeed a ex-lifeguard. Centre of the picture, ferry coming into dock. Lovely. And just coming into shot now, there we are. Pam's old cottage. Hello, Pam. And a half tide on the beach, if you know what I mean. Not very high, not very low. Just right. Lovely and calm today, isn't it? If you had like a little tiny craft to float out on. A little bit worse for wear, that one. Still floating. There we are, the ferry heading off there. Back to Shoulder with quite a few people on it. And I said we just popped around to see if there's any progress on the LJ's hut. Now Big Bad Trev said they're only probably going to clad it as high as or as low as it is cladded already. So I don't know if anything else is going to come of it. We'll have to see. Yeah, looks exactly the same. All good. Look forward to when the blue hut's reopened. They do these spicy Cajun wraps. Rather nice. I might treat myself to one of those. All go down here at the back of the beach huts, where they're either rebuilding or working on boats. And here we are, the point itself. Our 1930s breakwater in full effect. Ness Hotel bar in the middle there, and the Ness itself. He's certainly shifted. A little bit faster than you usually see. Must be a reason. And there we are, he's slowing down now. Yeah. Lovely. Down here below the car park, in the wind. Splashy, splashy. Back up away from the waves. Can't carry on along down there, look, see. Get my feet a little bit wet if I tried to do that. Probably more of my feet, to be fair. I'm not going to stay on the seafront simply because of the wind. I'm going to go down Den area. See the swing ahead, not the swing, the slide ahead. Someone put PVA glue down there this morning. Said all about it on Facebook. Here we are. Nightmare. Hopefully they cleaned it off. I won't try and film it because I'm not going to point the camera in to the kids. But I'll have a look for you and tell you. So pretty typical. It is all sort of taped off with do not enter tape to stop kids going on it. And there's still parents pushing children and helping them up onto the climbing access area so they can still go up there. And on the better side though, one of my friends who works in the council maintenance people is at the bottom on the phone. So it looks like this is going to get cleaned up later. Anyway, not exactly a disaster of national proportions. Going to be reported on the news. A little bit of PVA glue, but something to talk about nonetheless. So we just have a little look at the toilet area. Don't expect anything to have happened yet, but apparently it's going to start soon. That's the exhaust fan from the kitchens, and it smells lovely actually. Very breakfasty from Venus. Lovely smell coming out. I can see a change, apart from a massive piece of machinery in there. These steps that were up that end, up the side of it, that have been there all my lifetime, that I walked up countless times to go to the pier or go to the pool hall when this was a pool hall back in the day. If you're interested, I'll put a link to a video I did about that. But there they are. They used to be there and now they're gone. Oh well. I know they had to take them out, they said too, before they started doing the work on it. But it's gone. Anyway, all good. Our old cinema, as was. And that cinema was a proper cinema, as I put it. Insofar as it used to have a really, really big screen and seat loads and loads of people. And it didn't cost that much to go in, really, in the overall scheme of things. It was quite affordable. And they used to do all the latest movies. You know, a proper cinema, you know. And these days, a lot of the ones that I've sort of seen, they're very much smaller. They've got much smaller screens. They don't seat as many people. They've sort of crammed about 5 or 6 screens in the space that you would have normally just had the one. All different. But it's like the pavilions, when they started off, they weren't doing any of the main films, like the James Bond films, say, or Star Wars or whatever, you know, the main film of the day. It was all this like art house stuff, like The Danish Girl and stuff like that when they started out. But I think they do a few more modern ones now. But again, there's no size to the screen compared to the one in the old Riviera. It's not really a cinema experience in my book. There we go, nice little wander, enjoyed that. Tomorrow, gonna head down the sea wall. Weather permitting, go all the way along, and why not? Hope you'll join me, and thanks for watching. Take care, bye.